take this woman to be your wife? It's a boy. Happy birthday. Please report to your new assignment. The Eye turned into a government official type of program that was in charge of overseeing Glendad and controlling the apps the commander uses to uphold his duties. The flashbacks that the Eye or the government is able to see allows the reader to understand how controlling the Eye is and how it is truly watching everyone at all times. We never really know what the Eye represents, so this acts as an interpretation of what the Eye could represent in today's society. The controlling government acts as a modern concept of the lack of internet security. These are the apps you will choose to pick your woman living with you, Commander. However, there are some rules you must follow. The rules will be revealed to you when the apps are complete. We are currently developing these apps, so they are not fully ready. How did all of this start? Overpopulation has caused us to go on this path. The Eye is now in control. Our population was at 20 billion, with children at only 5% of the total population and adults at 95% on January 7, 2020. 2 months later. The reason for the use of the Eye was because of a large drop in the overall population of children, where in the book the reason for the state of Glendad and the use of handmaids, Martha's wives, and commanders was never revealed. By turning the selection of each group of characters into the use of apps, we were able to modernize the book while still relating it back to the original text.
It's 2 months after the formation of the Eye, and families are starting to transition into the Gilead culture seen in the book. Everything such as picking handmaids, shopping, and hobbies for wives revolves around the use of technology and apps. People working for the Eye are like government officials from modern times, and they're beginning to introduce commanders to a new way of life. It can be seen in the panels that the phone camera is in the shape of an eye, proving as a reminder to commanders that the Eye sees all. The phone, which is modeled like an iPhone, is also seen having an eye show up at the start screen, giving another grave reminder that the Eye is tracking everything and everyone through the devices.
I wonder what this is. Scroll. Martha app. Welcome to the Martha app. This is where you may enlist the aid of our community for cooking, shopping, and cleaning. We will fulfill your needs by replacing and automating your needs. Tap, tap. Martha number 17806. Experienced cook, no disabilities, work expectancy 21 years. Quick learner, no previous employment. Same-day delivery available. Add to cart? Yes. 4 hours later. Under his eye. Under his eye. Here's your order, Commander. Well, do come in. Yes, sir. Welcome. I'm not quite familiar with this, but please begin your work soon. The kitchen is to the left. Yes, sir. They assimilated and adhered to the established routines quickly under the view of the Eye. The introduction of automated systems is present throughout Martha's role in Gilead. I wanted to focus on the automation of buying goods with technology. This is present in the notions of the app being like a shopping app that we use today, such as Amazon or apps made to align with certain stores that take out the need to run an errand in person. In the modern world, we focus so much on quick results of our actions, like same-day delivery after 2 pushes of a button. We rarely stop to think about the results of our actions and those who are behind the process or how it is delivered. We start off with the robotic message sent by the app and its mission to diminish the need to leave the home for those with busy lifestyles. And it does exactly that for all things A through Z. The app solely provides profiles of trained Marthas with their eyes blurred out and to exemplify the absence of their identity from their past and present life, and labor as their sole purpose for living. Statistics about their work expectancy and prior employment serve to show the Marthas as a ready-made product instead of the humans that they are. It is a vital development in the comic due to the dehumanization of the working class in Gilead.
As for my wife, she spends most of her life sucked into her phone screen. She lives life doing what is expected of her, with no emotion whatsoever. Click, 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 click. She plays online games repetitively, only to stop shortly to gossip with other wives about their commander husbands. With the abundance of technology, it seemed to me that I saw less and less of my wife, which was fine with me. It's not like I loved her anyway. Oh my goshie, did you hear about the handmaid? I can't believe it. So as the takeover of technology occurs in the town of Gilead, or the Society of Gilead, we see that censorship exists throughout many different mediums. The eye, which is the government, is watching every move that they do in order to make sure that they are following rules and doing what is expected of them. We see patriarchy take place in the form of the commander's wife, who wears the color blue, as she is no longer being active and participating in society, but she's a mindless zombie playing games repetitively and doing mindless things like gossiping with her friends about random things that would be kind of senseless. I truly like the privacy and independence I got within the household due to the addition of technology into my life. Ah yes, I'm looking at the papers right now. Regardless, I always assumed that her voiceless nature was due to the tragedy of knowing that she would not be able to conceive a child. Our child. Because of the new implementations of society, she lost her status in society, specifically her vocal activity within the government. Still, it did not seem that bad. So here we see a little bit of background information about the commander's wife. We knew that she had a lot of status within the society, which she had lost because the eye, being a very patriarchal centered society, limits the voice of women. And with the addition of technology and her the modern perspective of her being sucked into her phone and not being really out there anymore because she's just like a mindless zombie, we see that the males are having fun because they no longer have to communicate with their wives or argue when he's just doing his work and what is expected of him by society as the commander. But he thinks nothing of it. So he thinks that in the beginning that, okay, all these apps that are coming into his life are normal because, well, he's never loved his wife as it was an arranged marriage. And with like knowing that, again, he's going to need a handmaid, the wife is not going to be able to produce a child. This is all because of that child. This is just like she's feeling a lot of hurt right now. She's depressed, and that is why she's putting all her emotions into her phone. So he didn't think much of the addition of apps and the effect of apps and technology on his wife, and thought of it as normal. So here we see at the end where he's like, still, it did not seem that bad. And it's a contrast to the end where he actually is taken away and kind of is concerned but doesn't bring forth that concern.
And finally, the last but most important one, the handmaids. The app is called H&M, which stands for handmaid. No pictures will be available. It only provides the statistics regarding each handmaid. Since you two will be attempting to produce children at ceremonies, it is important that she won't cause problems. Once you two have one child, you will no longer need a handmaid. This is our way of preventing the overpopulation of before. Girls are represented by color. Bright red indicates youth, and maroon shows age. Though young girls are more fertile, they are less experienced, and we have less information regarding possible genetic defects in the children. Is everything clear? The commander thinks. This one seems so objectified it crosses the line. Her only purpose is to give birth and nothing else? Ding dong! Well, I hope you are willing to commit to your duty. Don't worry, we'll make sure you stay on track. Your first handmaid is here. Don't worry about her name. All your handmaids will be labeled Ofglin. She's a rather new and difficult one, so you can prove yourself by disciplining her. You already have me handcuffed. I refuse to cover my hair with those white wings. My hair is my pride. Let's go see our commander and put these white wings on. Offglin thinks, that man at the doorway, that's the commander? But he's so young, he should know better. Well, Commander, here she is. I'll let you know when the first ceremony is. No physical contact until then, or else. Is that clear? Good. Thank you for your cooperation. I'll be back in a month. The door closes. Thank God that official is finally gone. Just so you know, I'm covering my hair so I won't die, not for you. Look, I don't know when or how, but I'll make sure you don't stay like this. This isn't right. My name is Lucy. Let's do this together.